So, Elizabeth Warren is, making some good points for once. Let's listen.
In fact, the CEOs of some of the biggest companies have been bragging to their investors that inflation has created a terrific opportunity for them to boost profits. Take the grocery chain, Kroger. Kroger has seen its business boom during the pandemic, with its stock price rising nearly 40% over the past year. Kroger's CEO recently told investors that, quote, a little bit of inflation is always good in our business, end quote. So, Dr. Boucher, would you agree that it's easier for companies like Kroger to raise prices in an inflationary environment because consumers are generally aware that prices are going up, and that lets companies hide behind inflation to expand their profits?
Well, as you know, Senator, President Biden is very attuned to kitchen table budget issues, and he has been very focused on...
That's funny. Yeah, Joe Biden he is extremely invested in the kitchen table issues. Yeah. No, Joe Biden, that's the guy. Yeah, he's going to be at his Uncle Joe, going to be at your kitchen table.
Issues, and he has been very focused on asking the regulatory agencies to be on the alert for price gouging. And I have in front of me a long list of things that have been happening over the past year on his work to make sure that markets are competitive and fair. But let me just note one, which is that they have the Department of Justice and the USDA have worked together to set up a website where farmers and ranchers can say where they see problems in their industry. And that's just one of many things. So it's an important issue.
So an important issue. But the point I'm trying to make here is the companies get to kind of draft in behind the inflation. And I take it you agree that that's what's going on here. Okay. So you're nodding your head. Yes. I'll take that as a yes.
So Elizabeth Warren is making a really good point here, something that I've been talking about on my show for a long time, is that inflation, I'm going to go as far as to say inflation doesn't exist. Inflation is made up. All right, the government of the U.S. and all of these corporations would be fine if instead of, let's say the supply chain issue is real, right? Let's say they could keep all the prices the same, everything in the whole country could stay the same, and they get, instead of having 3,000% the salary of the average worker, they could have 2,953%. And they would be fucking fine. But they want to make more money. So what they're doing is, again, inflation did not make the dollar lose 30% of its value over the course of a month. Yet, in some industries, things like in some food markets, things are being increased in prices by 30%. A lot of things are being increased by anywhere between 10 and 20%. Inflation, according to the Fed, is around 7.5% or something. That's what I read. So theoretically, if everything made sense, right, everything would be 7.5% or whatever that number is higher. But that's not the case. We're seeing prices for these things skyrocket. Some things are, like, look at masks in this pandemic, by the way, right? We, as Americans, are being fucked. And not in the good dick way. I want to be fucked in the good dick way. But again, this country, not a fan of fucking people in the good dick way. We're getting fucked in the bad dick way, right? We are losing all of our money. The minimum wage is stagnant. We're not making any money. People are losing their jobs. People are losing employment, right? People are losing their homes. Rent is skyrocketing. Landlords are taking advantage of this situation. And guess who's getting left at the end holding the bag? And that is everyday Americans that are getting kicked out of their houses, that are not being able to feed their families because of stupid fuckface CEOs and the government itself. But Joe Biden's really aware of kitchen table issues. He knows everything. He's aware of the kitchen. He's aware. He knows. And there's a website where you can say, hey, I don't like this. And then you put that in the website. Right? It's a website. And then the website and then that goes, and then Biden's at the kitchen table website. So actually, I like Elizabeth Warren for pointing this out. But again, I have to remind you all, Elizabeth Warren is a piece of garbage. If there was like a way to determine who like the biggest pieces of shit are in this country, I would put Elizabeth Warren on that list. She, in a lot of ways, if she made a slightly different calculation, we wouldn't be dealing with a President Biden right now. Let's just be honest. Let's fucking be honest. She fucked every American in the face. And again, not in the good dick way. Like, you know, she used like a fucking strap-on made of nails or something, okay? And she's fucking us in the face by not dropping out when everyone else dropped out in the 2020 Democratic primary. She basically cemented this fucking situation. So go fuck yourself, Elizabeth Warren. But also, thank you for bringing this to the front page here, because that is important. Again, I'll, you know, just gotta throw that out there.